Hi guys, so in this video I'm going to show you how I ombre a cup, a handled cup specifically. So I start out with the epoxy method. I just feel that this really holds the glitter better than any glue can. So I start by having my turner not spinning, and I go around and I get the handle and around the handle really well, and make sure that you get all the little crevices. If you miss a spot, it's not that big of a deal because we're going to do this again. But you do want to try and cover it the best that you can. Now at this point, I take a heat gun and I heat up my cup. So I get it a little hot. So when I go in with my epoxy, I can get a really thin coat because you don't need much, very, very little. I think I mixed up 10 mLs here, but I did not use all of that at all. So I go ahead and I applying it to the cup and trying to get it as thin as possible, and making sure to get every crevice. These Stanleys have lots of areas. Okay, so now I'm going in with my glitter and I'm concentrating it pretty heavily right at the top. And it's going to look pretty bad on this coat, but that's okay. Right now we're just mapping out the glitter. So I will bring it and I'll tilt my cup a little bit to try and get that ombre to start. If you can see, it's kind of like dispersing down the cup. But again, this is the first coat of glitter. It is just for mapping. We're not trying to aim for perfection here. And there's a lot of different ways you can do glitter ombres. This is just how I do it. So I start out with like a pretty concentrated line, and then I tilt my cup down and I sprinkle the glitter to have it kind of trail down. Now we're going in with a lighter color. Again, I'm going to get my concentrated line down first. And the handle cup I would not suggest for your first glitter ombre. They are hard, but I have to make a lot of these. So now I'm going in and I am ombreing it in the top. Lighter colors are great because they just kind of fill in everything, so it looks pretty natural. Now I'm going with the blue. This is a harsh color to ombre into, but that's okay. It's the water here, so we're gonna do the best that we can. So I'm gonna go ahead and do my solid line as best as I can here, but again, the handle kind of gets in the way. So we're gonna go and we're gonna put our initial coat of glitter down, and then I will concentrate on kind of ombreing it down, tilting my cup downwards, and I try and aim the glitter higher than I want it to land. So by doing that, it naturally falls and you have more of like a realistic look. Okay, I didn't ombre this going down. You'll see why, because I have a lighter blue and it kind of fills in. So again, we'll go in, we'll add it in our line, concentrated line, and this is gonna look bad. I'm not kidding, but it's okay. It gets fixed. And then I like to ombre it down a little bit further because this is our beach sunset cup. So now I'm going in with a chunky glitter. Normally I do not mix chunky and ultra fine or fine, but this is my sand in this cup. So I am just getting it on the rest of the cup. I don't coat the Stanleys on the bottom with glitter unless the customer requests it, but you could go ahead and do that. Now I'm going in with a glove and I'm just patting down that chunky glitter so I don't have to sand a ton after. And that is the first step. You're going to let this cure. It'll take about 2 hours or so if you're using fast set. And here is the next day, so you can see that ombre is not an ombre. It looks pretty rough. So we're going to use Lowe's spray adhesive. This is from Unicorn Dust Supply Co. I love this stuff because you're able to make mistakes and go back in and fix it. Unlike with epoxy, you have to wait till it dries. This stuff, you can go right in and just continue working. So again, same deal. I go in and I add my glitter in a harsh line at the top, and then I tilt my cup downward and I try and make my glitter land higher than I want it to be. And it just perfectly trails down by doing that. I actually really like this method. I feel like you get a much more genuine ombre. Now we're going to go and add that lighter color. You'll see that this is still not going to look perfect. So I'm going and I'm spraying where I want it to land. It's still not going to look perfect because it's hard to cover up that blue, but I'm going to go back in at the end and add more of this color. So don't be like, man, Carissa, that looks bad. I promise I'll fix it. So I go in with my harsh line and then I'm dropping to cascade that glitter and start to create that ombre. I drop downwards and upwards when we're in the middle here. And now we're going to go in with the blue. So when we go in with this blue, again, we're going to spray where we want it. I really like this glue because it just makes ombreing so much easier. So again, we're going to go in with that harsh line at the top where I want to ombre down. Like that. And then now we're going to tilt down and I'm going to drop higher than I want it to land. And it's going to cascade pretty nicely down, but it's not going to look super great right now. So I will go back and fix that after I finish the last color. So the last color is this lighter blue. For Stanley's, I always take it till right about that crease and I go and I add my line of glitter, just like I'm doing here, tilt the cup down and let it cascade, same deal. And then I'll let it cascade down as well for this one because I want it to blend into that beach glitter. I don't go back in with the sand glitter because it's chunky. I don't need more coverage on that. Now I'm like, okay, this looks bad. We got to fix it. So I'm going to go back in. That's what's great about this glue. I'm not even letting it dry. I'm just going back in and I'm adding my line of glitter. And then I'm going to ombre it down and ombre it up. And we get a much gentler ombre after doing this. So that is what's awesome about this glue is you can just keep going until you're happy with it. It's a water-based glue and I highly recommend it. Now you want to let this completely dry. I would let it dry overnight just in case because sometimes it can pull up. So I would let it dry completely overnight. And you'll want to spray seal this with a clear sealer and that's it.